We are live. Welcome back to another edition of NHL Opening Lines. This is for Tuesday, March the 7th, not the 6th. I realized that I have this typed in wrong, so that's fun. It is the 7th, not the 6th. There we go. But we have a pretty big slate for tomorrow. We have 10 games. We got Carolina and Montreal. We have Columbus and Pittsburgh. We have Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Vegas and Florida, Toronto, New Jersey, Buffalo, New York, Calgary, Minnesota, Colorado, San Jose, St. Louis, Arizona, Anaheim, and Seattle. So a pretty decent sized slate tomorrow. So we're gonna get into that for just a second. Flames Wild 1-800 game legit. I did not play that game. I think that line's about right. Honestly, I don't have really much interest in it. Hello, Ice X. But we'll kick it on off here with the first game. A lot of chalk tomorrow. We have a 300 favorite, a 295, a 285, a 285, and a 300. Half the games have favorites of 285 or higher tomorrow. It's going to be tricky to get involved with some of these games. First one here is Carolina Montreal. Carolina is a $3 favorite with a total of 6 in this game. I have this game. Let's take a look at line movement. We'll take a look at injuries and all that fun jazz for this slate. We started off with the line movements in this game. Carolina opened up at minus 340. They've actually gone down 39 cents to minus 301. And this line opened up over 6 at minus 115. It's dropped 1 cent to minus 114. So a 1 cent move towards the under. Let's take a look at any injuries we could be expecting for this game. Obviously, Montreal, lots of injuries. Armia, Barron, Doc, and Gooley are all questionable. So they may be getting some players back tomorrow. The players they won't be getting back, though, is Byron, Caulfield, Evans, Gallagher, Monahan, Slavkovsky, Weidman, and Zaitsev. This team could be interesting, this Montreal team next year, maybe for a point total over, something along those lines. Because I do think they have some talent, but geez, this is just a beat-up team. On the other side, Jesse Puljujarvi could be making his debut for the Hurricanes. He's having visa issues, which is the reason why he hasn't played yet. He's not hurt. He just needs to get into the country. Looking at and also Gardner, Cachet, and Pasquaretti, 3 guys who've been out for a while. I really don't have too much of an interest in this game at the moment. I have this game projected 3.54 to 2.58. It's a lean towards Montreal because I don't lay $3, and the puck line for the Hurricanes is $1.25. So if you want to play the -1 line, you are well priced out of it. With a minus 301 and a minus 125, you're looking at a minus 223 -1 line. That is absolutely no thank you for me. And as for this total, I think it's pretty spot on. So I really don't have an interest in this game. I have this game projected at 6.11, so not enough value here. Canadiens are random, but they're good at home. This is a team that's actually not. They're better at home than they are on the road, which feels like that's actually a decent amount of teams. They're 14, 15, and 1 at home compared to 12, 18, and 3 on the road. This is a good Carolina team, though. I don't know. I don't think I'm getting to this one. If I am, it's Montreal or nothing. Moving on here, I did get to this one. Columbus Blue Jackets are at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Minus 295 are the Penguins with a total of 6.5. Once again, this is Blue Jackets or nothing if you're looking at a side in this game. Let's get to injuries, and then we'll move on to line movement, and we'll move on to projections here. For the Penguins, it's Poling and Poulin who are out. For the Blue Jackets, they're getting a little bit healthier. It's only going to be Corrali, Texier, Bean, Danforth, and Werenski. So they did get a couple players back. I remember that injury list being a lot longer than earlier. So definitely they're getting healthier. This is a Columbus Blue Jackets team that's not a bad team. They're just injured. This is just an injured team. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Let's take a look at line movement in this game. It opened up at minus 305 for Pittsburgh. This line has moved 10 cents towards the Blue Jackets, now minus 295. I don't think Pittsburgh should be a $3 favorite versus anybody, and I get it. They've won 15 in a row at home against these Columbus Blue Jackets. I have Merzlikins and Yari as your projected goaltenders. 4.58 to 3.33 is my projected score. 7.9 goals, 7.91 goals. I played the over 6.5 in this game. I could definitely see 3-3 at some point. You'll probably get a decent price on Columbus team total over, and I think that's where I want to go for if I'm looking to back a side in this game is the Blue Jackets team total over 2.5. I don't want to back them on the money line here, but if you want team total over, it's 2.5 at plus 102. I don't think that's a bad look. I think they can score 3 goals against Pittsburgh here. And Pittsburgh has been playing a little bit better as of late, but as a minus 300, absolutely no thank you there. Definitely Columbus or nothing here. But it's just the over for me. Over 6.5, which actually let me put my plays that I've already bet in the scroller down below. There we go. Yeah, over 6.5, minus 113 for this one. Columbus team total over and money line. Yes, I probably will be on both. I don't trust Pittsburgh as a $3 favorite at all. Talk about teams I don't really trust as a big favorite right now. How about the team that we've all been questioning here? And that's the Tampa Bay Lightning as 295 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at injuries for these two teams. And here's the concerning factor. The Lightning have been healthy, and they've been playing this way. That's the concerning thing about this team, but I feel like they're just really going through the motions. Cernak and Hedman are both questionable for this game. I expect both to play. Atkinson, Couturier, Ellis, Konechny remain out for the Flyers. And looking at the way this line has moved here, we have this game opening up at minus 285. It stayed the same. It's opened up at 6.5, minus 109 or minus 120 to the under, plus 109 to the over. It stayed the same. I grabbed the under 6.5 in this game. I have Hart and Vasilevsky projected for this one here. The Flyers offensively have been pretty bad. 2.36 expected goals per game in the last 10 games. And I have this game projected for 5.31 goals. And once again, with a huge favorite, it's Flyers or nothing. I mean, there's no – you can't – I don't see a way you can get involved with these big favorites because we have 3 big favorites. And I know people are like, okay, just parlay them and move up. No, I think one of them loses. I think maybe 2 of them loses. So it's definitely Flyers or nothing here. I'm not interested in Tampa Bay at minus 285 price tag. That's just way too much with the way they're playing right now. I did grab the under 6.5 in this game though, because I can see Tampa Bay turning it back on here, or actually playing well and winning this game 4-1. Like I can see something like that, and just trusting them to just keep the Flyers from scoring, which Flyers haven't been struggling offensively as of late, so I could see that as well. So under 6.5 for me in this game. Yeah. There you go, Dave. Flyers fly. Yeah. Flyers are as bad as the Lightning, are falling apart as we speak. Yes, but I can see them winning this game 3-1, 4-1. So appreciate it, Richie. But yeah, Tampa's not going to play like this the rest of the year. There's just not. I just don't see that. So it is what it is. Vegas Golden Knights, Florida Panthers. Panthers are minus 135. Total is 6.5 in this game. Let me scroll down to my projections for this one here. Now, I am curious on who's going to be the starting goaltender in this game, but we'll start with injuries in this one. And that is, there we go. For the Vegas Golden Knights, Nicholas Waugh is questionable. Will Carrier is out on the IR. Laurent Brossoit, Nolan Patrick, Mark Stone, Logan Thompson. For the Panthers, remaining out is Patrick Hornquist, Spencer Knight, and Giovanni Smith. Looking at the line movement in this game, it opened up at minus 130 for the Panthers. This line 1 point, and it's coming 33. So this line has been all over the place. moved up, some buyback on Vegas, and moved back down. This total opened up at over 6.5 minus 120. It's now over 6.5 at minus 125. I have this game projected 3.48 to 2.97 in favor of the Florida Panthers. I have the Panthers around a minus 150 favorite in this game. It's a lean towards Florida to me if I'm getting involved in this spot. Just the Panthers are incredibly inconsistent. Penguins, you like to see that. Can they string wins together? That's where what they've struggled to do all season long. So it's a lean towards Florida in this game for me. I think the 6.5 is pretty spot on there. I have this game projected for 6.46 goals. So I guess it's a very slimmest of leans towards the under. No thoughts on or no play on this game though at the moment. Panthers would probably be it for me. I have no idea for this game, but Panthers minus 1.5. VGK Twitter is getting too cocky and annoying. Fair. But we'll move on. Devils are $1.30 favorites. Total 6.5 in this game. First for injuries, and there is injuries in this game. Pretty significant ones too. Luke Schenn questionable, but John Tavares is out. For a while. He's on the long-term IR, and he is not projected back until potentially the end of the month. And on the other side, we have a very healthy Devils team. It's only Mackenzie Blackwood on the IR for them. Taking a look at the lines for this game. This game opened up at a pick'em. It's quickly moved minus 131. Is now the Devils 26 line movement. If you like the Devils, I think you've missed your line. Total 6.5 minus 110 to the over, even money on the under, and that's where I'm going to go for this game. Under for me, under 6.5. I have this game projected for, let's scroll up here, 3.07 to 2.98, 6.05 goals. I see a nice little value here with the under 6.5. I think this line should have been a 6. We have Vanacek and Samsonov, who have been playing good in net. And I just see this as a potential lower scoring game. Plus, kind of want to take a look here at Tampa Bay. What is their lineup looking like? Or Toronto, my bad, not Tampa Bay. Toronto, what's their lineup looking like with the injuries here? And so, yeesh. Matthews is on the top line with Kerfoot, Marner, so that's not changed. Lafferty is the second line center with Nylander and Yarncroke. Kemp is the third line center with Akari and Ashton Reese. And Holmberg is centering Steves and Bunting on the fourth line. All of a sudden, this Toronto team does not look as good. Maybe you want to fade the injury report and maybe fade the line movement here. And maybe look towards the Maple Leafs at a plus price tag. I'm going to stick with the under here in this game, under 6.5. I see this as a game where Toronto may struggle offensively with Tavares and O'Reilly missing, and they may try to go to more of a defensive style hockey game. So I do like under 6.5 in this game. I want Florida, so it must be VGK. Should be Devils. Should be. But we'll move on here. The New York Islanders are hosting the Buffalo Sabres in this game. The Islanders are going to be $1.60 favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. This line is not available to me at the moment, unless I'd probably already be on it. Taking a look at injuries in this game, the Islanders, it's still Barzal out, Clutterbuck, Pajot, and Wallstrom. The Islanders have been fine without Barzal. I believe they're 4-1-1 or 5-1-1 without Barzal, so they've actually been fine. On the other side, Alex Tuck remains out. Tyson Yost, Riley Stillman, and Matthias Samuelsson. So they're missing a couple defensemen here, the Buffalo Sabres. So they are beat up a little bit for this game. I have this game, looking at the line movement here. This line opened up at a minus 158. It has stayed there. Over under 6.5 in this game, plus 107 to the over. And I definitely probably am interested in the under in this game. I have this game projected 3.38 to 2.37 in favor of the Islanders. So I had the Islanders around a $2 favorite in this game. And I have this game at 5.75 goals. So maybe we look towards the Islanders -1 and the Sabres team total under 2.5. I see this as a game where the Islanders play good defensive hockey like they usually do, and kind of shut down the Sabres team on a second half of a back-to-back is kind of the way I'm looking at this game. I have not been able to bet this game yet because the line is simply not available for me at the moment. But I am looking at the Islanders -1 in this game, looking to fade the Sabres on the back-to-back in a place where they've lost 10 straight games, as they've lost 10 straight on the road against the Islanders, the last 10. So I'm looking at the Islanders -1 here in this game. This one. Sabres, no. Buffalo tonight. Do they win? I think they lose both games. I'm on Edmonton tonight, and I'm going to be on the Islanders tomorrow. I think the Sabres team is going to start to slow down. I do. But we'll continue on here. We got 4 games left. Calgary Flames and Minnesota Wild. The Wild are $1.35 favorites with a total of 5.5 in this game. I'm expecting Markstrom and Gustafsson in net. Let's take a look at injuries. And here's the thing with the Flames, it's really no one. It's the same guys it's been all year long, Killington and Stone. For the Wild, Duhaime, Brodin, Novak, and Nyquist are all out. If I can get a 6 for this game, that's where I'm kind of interested in this one. I'm seeing 5.5 though. Choose -133 to the under, so I highly doubt we're going to get that. And I see the Wild as -134 favorites. Line has not moved there. I am seeing 6 over on DraftKings, so maybe we might get a 6. If we get a 6, I'm going to take the under. I have this game projected 2.86 to 2.41. I have the Wild that's around a -145 favorite, and a 5.27 is my projected goals for this game. I like the under if I can get a 6. If not, then I'm not really interested in this game. I'm not going to take the 5.5 in this game, because even though it would be a slight lean towards the under with the 5.5. It's just I don't want to take the 5.5 in this game. So for me, I'm going to look at the under if it's a 6, and I lean Wild. I'm no interest in this game at the moment. Both games. Yes, I think Buffalo loses both games. Yes. Flames 2-game win streak incoming. I mean, we've been waiting on the Flames to do something, and I know you're a Stars fan, so I mean they're playing the Stars tonight, so I don't know why you think maybe, but who knows? We've been waiting on this team for a while, and they're starting to remind me of the Chicago White Sox, where we expected them to pick it up all year long, and they never did. So 5.5, I'll still take it under. Yeah, I'd probably still lean under. I want the 6 in order for me to bet it, I think. I have enough edge in that game. The Wild are lukewarm oatmeal. Fair. Totally fair. They are boring as hell to watch. I think we found a new most boring team to watch, and it's no longer the New York Islanders. So there we go. Moving on, another big favorite. The Colorado Avalanche are hosting the San Jose Sharks. -285 are the Avalanche. Total of 6.5 in this game. Sharks do play tonight, so I do not have a line for this game. I'm assuming it's going to be Kaapo Kähkönen with Reimer and net tomorrow. With Reimer and net tonight. Georgiev is already confirmed for this game. Francouz is questionable, so we can see him come back, and I would like to see Francouz start some games so they can not burn out Georgiev, because I do not mind the Avalanche futures that I can go ahead and bet. McDermott's questionable as well. Manson, Helm, Johnson, Landeskog all remain out for the Sharks. Semek, Kunin, Nudavara all remain out as well. I am on the Sharks tonight. I don't know about tomorrow. This is a pretty significant price, so it's probably Sharks or nothing at this price. I have this game projected 3.84 to 2.67, 6.51 goals. So I think the 6.5 is spot on, and I have the Avalanche around a -220 favorite, -230. So I see this as maybe a slight value on the Sharks. Really not interested in betting this game though. maybe you take a team total over with the Avalanche, but that's going to be juiced. So this game, they did a good job. They priced me completely out of it. So no play for me there. That actually interesting. 3 teams from Canada we struggle with. This is one. Fair. So we have 2 games left to go over. This one I have a play in. The last one I do not. The St. Louis Blues are $1.35 favorites with a total of 6.5. And let's take a look at the injuries real quick. We have for the Blues, Jake Neighbors. That is it. For the Coyotes, Voracek. Richie is questionable. Voracek's out. Little and Ladd are out long term as well. Vejmelka and Binnington is the projected goalie matchup in this one. Looking at the line move in this game, it opened up at -134 for the Blues, went down to -133 and back up to -135. So it's moved 1 cent towards the Blues. Over 6.5, -105 it opened at. It's moved 3 cents towards the under to -102. And looking at this game for me, I have the wrong team favored. I know the Blues are playing better, but I have this game projected 3.44 to 3.06 in favor of the Coyotes. I think they have the goaltending advantage in this game, and they're at home. This is a much different team at home. The Arizona Coyotes, and they're a team I want to back here. So I'm taking Arizona at +120. I think there's value on this line, and I think this game should be more like a pick 'em. So kind of where I'm looking at for this one there. Meh. Avs money line play of the day. Really? Just about making profit. I mean, sure, lay 385. Yeah. Tomorrow's slate stinks. Yeah. Just took off. Yeah, this is a tough slate, really. Because you have a lot of big favorites that I have absolutely no interest in betting, but I can see winning. And a lot of these totals are pretty spot on. So, yeah. Schmaltz anytime goal, don't mind that whatsoever. Can you give me a 2-team parlay for tomorrow? Not that you would condone it. Looking for 2 teams to win? Colorado and the Islanders. Colorado and the Islanders probably would be the 2 I'd go with. So it's not an ultra juicy parlay, but it still pays out. Final game here, Seattle Kraken hosting the Anaheim Ducks. $3 favorites are the Kraken, total 6.5. And I understand that the Ducks are terrible. This is a really bad hockey team. I have this. Let's take a look at injuries for the Ducks. Henrique, Stolars, Drysdale. On the Kraken side, Donskoy and Burakovsky. So looking at the line movement in this game, this line has actually dropped. It opened up at Seattle -270, 280, and it's gone down to 275. So I don't know why I typed in 300 here, but it is 275. 6.5 opened up at +104. It's now +105, so 1% line movement towards the under in this game. I really have no interest in this one here. I was thinking maybe the over, and then I looked at what the offensive numbers for the Ducks have been, and I'm good. I don't need to play this game. So big slate tomorrow. I really don't have too much to offer though. I got 4 plays. We got Toronto, New Jersey, under 6.5. Tampa Bay, Philly under 6.5. Columbus, Pittsburgh over 6.5, and the Arizona Coyotes. That's the only thing I've really got right now. So that is the entire slate. Let's head back over to the chat here. Kraken -300 at home for tomorrow. Sure. Yeah. Avs money line, Hurricanes money line, Pens money line. NHL can't lose parlay melee. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Doesn't matter that number. Ew, yes. I have 2 doggies in mind for tomorrow. And those are, we don't know. He hasn't answered it there. But that is the entire slate for tomorrow's NHL. Be sure to check ESB out here in 2 hours. I have it scheduled for 7:30. Tim and I will be looking at the Cleveland Guardians and their preview, their season preview for this upcoming year. But that is going to do it for this one. Okay, fair enough. But that is going to do it for this edition of the NHL Opening Line Show, ESB. All right, fair enough. Yeah, but that is going to do it for this one. I'm going to take these down. There we go. There we go. Going to find the thing there. San Jose, Calgary, 2-teamer. You are just wanting. I know you're rooting for the Stars there, basically. Not a problem, Richie. Well, that is going to do it for this one. Got my outro video. Catch you guys a little bit later. The Cleveland Guardians.